What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and this video I want to talk about Kingdom Hearts 4 and if it has any shot at appearing at the Game Awards. Now, let me answer that question just within the first 10 seconds. I actually think the answer is no. And, for a video like this, and for whenever I say no to a game appearing at the Game Awards, I really hope I'm jinxing myself because, to be honest with you, every single game that I've covered so far and will cover in the next couple weeks, I want them all at the Game Awards, right? I'm just trying to, set a criteria, see which games kind of fit it, and what makes the most sense. I personally don't think Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be there. We'll explain why. But again, at the same time, I'm hoping I'm like reverse jinxing myself, and there would be very few games that would get a smile on my face more than Kingdom Hearts 4, right? If we're sitting there, Jeff Keighley drops the stupid, he did that, I don't remember if it was at Gamescom or Summer Game Fest, but remember he said Kingdom, and then he had a pause to it, and it was actually just Kingdom Come Deliverance. My heart, it just started racing in the fastest time imaginable. So it is possible he pulls a fast one on us. And to be fair, I mean, just quickly taking the angle of could it happen? It's not a game that's too far out. I guess that's one thing that could be, a positive for the game. He does show games that are 3-4 years out, but also he can show games that are coming out in the next year or two. I personally think Kingdom Hearts 4 is probably like an early 26 game, maybe like how Kingdom Hearts 3 was January of 2019, right? Somewhere like that. You also have just Square Enix in general, Final Fantasies are kind of out of the way. I do think you get Kingdom Hearts 4 before you get 7 Part 3, right? The end of that, and before you get the next mainline Final Fantasy, and maybe I don't know. I don't want to say it's like their next really, really big game because something could come out of left field, but I also feel like it could be, right? And with that being said, that does, I think, help its case, where it's like, okay, the next major game that you'll hear from Square Enix could very well be Kingdom Hearts 4. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. Honestly, though, beyond that, and I guess just how big it would be, you think of some of the biggest games that he could show in terms of just wow factor and having the eyes on it. I do think Kingdom Hearts 4, there are games I think that could beat it in terms of just popularity, but not too many. Kingdom Hearts is a very popular franchise. The popularity's kind of actually gotten bigger as time has gone on, and also thanks to 3, right, doing what 3 did back in the day. So I do think from that angle it makes sense, right? If you're looking for the biggest announcements possible, that's a good one that could fulfill that. But after those positives or after those potential reasonings, there's not much else I got. And to be honest with you, I don't have the most negatives or why it won't be there. It's almost just a gut feeling. Kingdom Hearts does have that thing with it where it rarely appears, especially early on. I mean, I guess once things get rolling, Kingdom Hearts appears kind of everywhere, and there's 12 trailers and lots to talk about and lots to break down. I do love that about it, but obviously early on it's rare, and it's a safer bet to just bet against it, right? To predict that it's not going to be at places until it really starts to hit its groove. And I think that's kind of where I'm at. I don't think they're there yet. I think there's a little bit longer we have to wait. I don't think that much longer. I'll tell you, I think next fall, next holiday season, when we're going into next year's Game Awards, I think that should be full attack, right? Full assault. That should be where we're hearing about the game a ton. That's where we should know a release date, hopefully by then. And that's, I guess, best case scenario, that it is coming out in 2026 and nothing went severely wrong with it. But I think we're about a year out. And I also think Missing Link probably messes with it. It might not mess with it all that much because I personally believe that you can have mobile and platform games, going on at the same time. And it really, I don't think it matters all that much. They might heavily disagree there, and I don't know, Missing Link is next, okay, in terms of the next Square Enix Kingdom Hearts game. Kingdom Hearts Missing Link is the next one up, but that game has just been through so much, and also a disappearing act, right? I mean, I'll say this, if that game appears at the Game Awards, that would be something. I don't know how many people there would really care. I mean, even the fandom, how many people care about Missing Link? I do to a degree, in terms of the story and not really much else, but that is another thing to kind of keep in mind, right? Where would they go? Because if you do a big trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4, you've moved all eyes, I think, to Kingdom Hearts 4. And then if Missing Link comes out, well, that again goes back to the discussion of, can you have a split audience? Like, is that something that's allowed to happen or can happen, or are you hurting it? Are you hurting Missing Link by going too far into Kingdom Hearts 4? And depending on your answer and depending on their answer, then obviously, if they show a game or not, that might change. I also don't know, like, just something in my gut tells me the next time we see Kingdom Hearts 4 won't be at like a massively major event. Now that could be like, it could be at a Tokyo Game Show, could be at a PlayStation event. I don't know. And maybe it's that feeling of I'm just going to kind of doubt every show that happens, and I'm going to say no to Kingdom Hearts 4 until it actually is at one of these. But just something inside me tells me it's too early, and something inside me tells me that I almost feel they're just going to do almost like an exclusive event just for it. But you know what? That honestly could be wrong, because you think about Rebirth, and they leaned heavily into pretty much anything, right? In fact, they leaned heavily into Jeff Keighley. That's something that actually maybe I should remind myself on, because we saw that game at Summer Game Fest. We saw that game at Gamescom. We saw that game a lot of times. Just in general, we saw the game multiple times, and we saw it from PlayStation shows, and we saw it from Jeff Keighley. So maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. I'll say no. I'll say that I'm definitely not expecting it. And if it were to be there, like I said, I mean, there's very few games that you could show me. Jeff could say, okay, we have a game that has been announced. You've seen it once before, but we're going to show it again, and it's going to be big, right? And it's a world premiere, and it's a freaking, and you see Square Enix, and you see the logos, and it's like, oh my, or Disney, right? And it's like, okay, it's game time. Very few games I think could beat how excited I would be in that moment. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.